Welcome to episode 1 of the Pickled Herring Show with Andy Benson. In true Minnesota fashion, tonight we'll check in with the local fishing report, cook some chicken, and talk about the weather. We'll also have a drink and go to the zoo. And heck, we may even end on a high note. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Welcome to episode 1 of the Pickled Herring Show. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Andy Benson. You know what? This show is about people. Fermented fish, really, has nothing to do with it. It's just something I like. So let's start this show off right by heading to Madison, Wisconsin for a cocktail.
All right, so this time we're going to be making a variation on a Paloma. We're going to start with 2.5 ounces of Blanc tequila, a quarter of a lime, 2 ounces of fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, a good splash of sparkling wine, bitter cube Jamaican #1 bitters, 3 dashes with a kosher salt rim. First things first, 2.5 ounces of Blanc tequila, and a half fish, 2 ounces of fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, 1, a 2, a quarter of fresh lime. Do a little roll, break it up, slice it up, juice it up, and then we're gonna do 3 spots of Jamaican 1 bitters, might have been a little more. You can put as much as you want in. I don't know. I'm not your mom. Bunch of ice. And shake her up. We'll grab our chilled wine glass. I might serve this in a champagne flute or a coupe if I had those available, but I don't. So we're just rolling with it. Don't forget the kosher salt rim. If you're feeling salty, oh, what we need? Lime juice. Lime juice. Kosher salt. I've done this before. Doesn't that look nice? Splash of sparkling wine. And that is a sippable patio drink, if I've ever had one. That's it.
Thanks, Jeremy. Now that we have a drink in hand, let's check in with our friends at the Show-Ep1 Zoo in Wahpeton, North Dakota.
Welcome to Show-Ep1 Zoo, where you can travel the world without a passport. Representing 6 continents and over 70 species, we're going to be introducing you to them through the Pickled Herring Show. So let's take a look at our first topic today, something that doesn't mind the winter here in North Dakota, the snow leopard.
What a great winter day to be a snow leopard. Equipped with thick fur coats, a long fluffy tail, and feet designed like snowshoes, winter is no problem for snow leopards here in North Dakota. Now, thanks to zoos and other conservation programs, the snow leopard status has gone from endangered to now vulnerable, which is very exciting. Here at Show-Ep1 Zoo, you can see our 2 snow leopards canoodling on exhibit. And with that, they also perform voluntarily in their training program. And specifically with our female Romani, we'll be training for a voluntary ultrasound so we can keep track of any future pregnancies that she may have.
So as you can see, we've got a lot going on at Chihinkapazoo, from A to Z, that is alpacas to zebras. We're very busy. Conservation, education, family recreation. It's our business. See you next time.
Thanks, Addie and Kathy. Please check out chihinkapazoo.org in the link below for more information. Next, let's follow our path in the snow out to the lake for the local fishing report.
Ripping Lips with Pete Jacob. What you want to do is shut down all your electronics, drop a minnow down there, and you'll do the same as we've done today.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Hey, hey, hey.
That's what you do.
Smoke
Fish.
eat every day. Too damn early.
Any? You think the weather is related to
Well, what you want is that
not catching anything, or?
No, I think
barometric meter of, you know, you take that, times that by 2 to the depth that you're fishing at, and then, you know, divide that by 2, and then you're probably sitting pretty good.
No. Well,
When I
you know,
get a
when a
crappie
true fisherman
from
quits is
my
when he
way.
runs out of bait or runs out of beer. And we got a lot of bait. Beer,
Yeah, it's actually pretty run out, so looks like that actually good. All right, thanks guys. Appreciate your
I
input.
appreciate the chit chat there.
Yeah,
buddy.
all right.
Ripping Lips with Pete Jacob.
Thanks, guys. You know what? Whether catching fish out on the lake or not, you're going to work up an appetite. One of my favorite snacks, chicken fingers. Or tenders. Or nuggets. You know what? I don't really know the difference. So we checked in with our friend, Chef Josh Dickman at Color Source, and he's going to let us know exactly what that is.
Oh, what's great is that you don't normally get the opportunity to make chicken fingers at home, really. So this is actually kind of a fun exercise. It's fun. It's been a little while since I made them. So we're gonna, I'll show you a couple ways to make some chicken fingers. We'll whip up some sauces. I noticed you talked about your local chicken dispensary of choice. We can show you how to make some of those sauces. So if you don't have any of those packets in your junk drawer, we can show you how to make those. Really the funny thing is when you hear about chicken fingers, you hear chicken fingers, chicken strips, chicken tenders, and what's the difference with that, right? So yeah. I'm going to try to show you a little bit what that is and what that means. So
what part of the chicken's finger are we eating?
The fingers.
Okay.
No, so what we're doing actually, so a chicken finger, a chicken strip, and a chicken tender are all different things, okay? So a chicken tender is a different part of the muscle, and a chicken strip and a chicken finger or just cut up chicken breast, if you will. So I just want to kind of show you here. I got a chicken here. I took the breast part out of the chicken. This is the breast right here. A chicken finger and a chicken strip is basically just a breast that's cut into strips and then made into a chicken tender, right? Or chicken finger, excuse me. A tender is actually this muscle right here inside every chicken breast. And all you got to do is you just got to pull it and it comes right out. And this is actually the tender of the chicken breast, okay? So this is going to be this muscle here is not used as often, so it's a lot tender, okay? So when you do a chicken finger or chicken strip, you're just cutting this breast up and you're breading it and frying it, whereas a chicken tender, there's only 2 per bird on there. So if you go to a restaurant and they have chicken fingers for $4.99, and you go to another restaurant and they have chicken tenders for $9.99, you got to understand there's multiple chicken strips I can get out of a bird versus I can only get 2 actual tenders out of each bird. So that's the difference there. So when we're talking chicken tenders, we're talking about this muscle right here. Chicken strips, we're talking about just cut up pieces of the bird. And if we're talking chicken nuggets, then we're talking a whole other ball game there.
That's interesting, Josh. I had no idea that there was a difference between the tender and the strip, and that it was a completely different portion of meat. I mean, it makes sense. I've broken down a deer before, and that where the muscle separates is kind of the big indicator on where you should cut things. And I honestly have eaten 1 million chicken fingers and 1 million chicken nuggets, and whatever McDonald's serves you. And, you know, I just never really knew. So I appreciate that. Thanks.
You know, chicken nuggets are a whole other thing, but you know, I can't deny they're good. They're good. I mean, it tastes good, right? But yeah, so you know, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Chicken tenders are something completely different than breast. But anyways, what I have here is I took some chicken tenders. You can buy them at the store, no big deal. You can buy a pack of 15 tenders for $10 or something like that. And when you see how many chicken fingers you can actually get out of $10 from the grocery store versus at a drive-through somewhere, even though the drive-through tenders are good, you can get a lot more for bang for your buck doing them from scratch. But basically what I did, chicken tenders in a bowl, buttermilk, I did 2 cups of buttermilk, tablespoon of hot sauce, whatever you want. You just throw your tenders in it, let them sit 30 minutes, at least 2 hours overnight, whatever you want to do. The buttermilk is actually going to make it a little more tender. It's going to kind of start tenderizing a little bit. That hot sauce can give it a little more flavor. Okay. Then here I just have some flour, and in the flour I added some cayenne pepper to give it a little heat, some salt, and I added some white brown pepper and some garlic powder. Right into the salt, or right into the flour. Mix it up, and now I have my flour base here. And it's really simple. What I did was I took a little bit of the buttermilk that I had soaking, I put it in a different bowl right here, and I'm just going to kind of do a double dip method, okay?
I do that at work all the time, double dip method. That's the way to go.
Double dip method, man. You got to do it. I also add some baking soda to this, and the baking soda is going to make it a little more airy, a little more crispy, and things like that. But you got to double dip. So basically, the trick here, and I'm going to turn this around. The trick here is going to be one hand dry, one hand wet. Okay. So I got my wet hand, dry hand. Probably sounds bad, but got my buttermilk tender here, going in the flour mixture. Dry hand.
Can I use this flour mixture for fish and any other breading, or is it pretty specific to chicken?
Any breading you want to do. Yeah, this works for anything. Also, you can do panko, you can do breadcrumbs, you can do cornflakes, you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can use egg, you can do whatever you want. This is just a real simple way to do it here. Done. Goes into some excess buttermilk.
That's our double. That's our double.
Back in the flour.
I get excited about this.
There you go.
Oh, I was in Nashville right now.
Done deal.
That looks wonderful.
Done deal, man. You can't get much simpler. Can't get easier than that, man. And what you want to do is, if you can go right away if you can't wait, but you're gonna you want to let these sit for about 10 minutes after they're breaded. And what's gonna do is it's gonna all incorporate really nicely inside there and do a really nice crunchy breading, if you will. So that's it, man. That's as simple as it is. You take your cut up chicken or chicken tenders, whatever you can find at the store. You just dredge it in buttermilk, put it in there. You let this sit for a little bit. And then from here, you can do a couple different things. You can go in the oven with it for, 400 degrees, 25 minutes or so. I'm deep frying it. I got some oil, corn oil on the stove, vegetable oil, whatever you want to do. Bring it up to, 350, somewhere in there. Deep fry in 5 minutes or something like that. And air fryers, anything like that. And I just got some out of the fryer now.
No, is it air fryer? Is it the air fryer? Is it the air fryer? Did you use your air fryer? It's, my neighbor.
I am not using. I don't own an air fryer, man. I'm looking at them. Air fryers are one of those things where, like, my wife and I have been talking about getting an air fryer for, 2 years now, and still no air fryer.
Yeah, I feel like people who swear by them are absolutely swear by them. Like, you need an air fryer. You need to put your ice cream in an air fryer, and I don't get it. I've gotten away without an air fryer, man. Yeah, it's not your toaster oven, but that toaster oven was good to me when I was a kid. Okay, it ate up those pizza rolls and got all that sauce all over the bottom, burned it up, no problem. Ooh, hey, look at those.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works. Yeah, done. No, air fryer. One of these days, I swear, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I don't think you need it because those wings looked wonderful.
Well, it's kind of, you got it. What do you do with the oil when you're done? I end up cooling it, putting it back in the jug and recycling, but it's not the easiest thing to do. So hey, there it is. Deep fried, 5-6 minutes. There's the tenders. Real simple, real easy. And
the most beautiful chicken tenders I've ever seen in my life.
They look pretty good. They look all right. And because they're tenders, they're gonna be better. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Just nice and juicy.
Yeah,
that buttermilk really came through. There's a lot of good flavor there, and that's good. But what do you do with them, right? You got to have a dipping sauce. And part of the good part about going to all those QSRs is all the sauces that come with it. So let's do a couple sauces real quick, just to kind of show you. What's your favorite dipping sauce for chicken tenders, by the way?
Ooh, I would say like a honey mustard of sorts, or I like that cane sauce. I don't know what they put in there, but it's I don't know. I would say I'm more of a honey mustard barbecue type of guy. So what do you got?
I'm with you there. I'm kind of a purist myself. I'm from the Midwest originally, so ranch dressing is always king. But let's try to do something close to the cane sauce here. I'm kind of show you here. We got 3 sauces. Let's just go through them, okay? Half cup mayo, 1/4 cup ketchup. I got some garlic salt, black pepper, real simple, teaspoon of each.
No, you're making my mom's special sauce, man. She used to make
it. Canes took it and they added a couple of spices and some Worcestershire, and there's cane sauce for you, man.
You
just whip that up.
My mom was poisoning me with canes. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, it tastes pretty close. I'm not going to pretend I know exactly what's in their sauce, but this is a pretty close one. Another one. The other chicken place. Let's call it that. Jess, my wife, has been begging me to make this sauce for tenders for a while, and it took the Pickled Herring show to get me to finally do it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Mayo, instead of ketchup this time, we're going to do barbecue. Barbecue of choice, whatever you want to do. All right, honey.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, I think it's oak.
Oh.
Just to throw that out there. All right, yellow mustard. This one has a little more. Not too shabby. And we're going to add just a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. Done deal.
Perfect.
Let's just go from there. All right. So it's coming together. It looks pretty close. What's great about this one, you take it. So you like honey mustard, you have honey mustard in here. You like the mayo, you got, the ranch with the mayo base, you got the mayo in here. You got barbecue. This is just basically, what do they call it? Used to call that like a what was that, OK soda or whatever that was?
Yeah, I loved OK soda.
It was just a mix of all the drinks. This is just a mix of all the sauces, basically.
Okay.
If you don't mind, man, I got one more I want to try.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had some extra ingredients, and so I've been a big fan of gochujang, gochugaru, which is a Korean pepper paste. And I had a little bit extra. I had about 1.5 tablespoons extra, and I really, really wanted to try this sauce. This is the first time we're doing it. I just put a bunch of ingredients in a bowl and in some cups, and I'm going to see if it tastes good. So we're going to make a gochujang wing sauce, okay?
Okay.
So gochujang paste, you can find this at most grocery stores, have it online. It's just a Korean chili paste. Real simple. Got about 1.5 tablespoons probably. All right.
I have never heard of that
garlic
before.
What's that?
I've never heard of gochujang before.
We do a lot with trends coming up and a lot of things happening, and what a lot of people are experimenting with and trying and things like that. Gochujang is the Korean staple. If you have anything with Korean food, gochujang is probably in it somewhere. So it's an excellent umami-rich chili sauce. Add a little more umami. Got some soy, rice vinegar. I just got some regular barbecue sauce.
What kind of barbecue sauce you go with, Josh, off the store shelf?
I'm a Sweet Baby Ray's kind of guy.
Yeah, we are too. I had to confirm. Yep.
Yeah. You know, I do a lot of I do homemade barbecue sauces a lot, but there's always a Sweet Baby Ray's in there. But I'm a purist. Like, again, it's got to be the original. If I want flavor to it, additional flavor, I'll add it myself, I guess. But honey, more honey.
So that's going to be a sweeter sauce and spicy in the end? Is that what we're looking at?
It's going to be a very umami, flavorful chili sauce. Not going to be too spicy. Now, you said sugar. Now, if I was doing this, I might put this on the stove, melt it down with some brown sugar, make it a little more sweeter, and then use that as a sauce. But I think with the extra honey, I think this is going to do it. Extra honey.
Yeah, that looks
Korean
good.
gochujaro. There you go.
Very, very nice.
So, yeah, man, there you have it. Chicken tenders, 3 sauces, you know, and I'll be honest with you, man, this whole process from, you know, putting it in there, I let chicken tenders sit in the buttermilk for, you know, 30 minutes. You leave it overnight. But the whole process from breading to go, you have them in, you know, under 10 minutes with sauce and everything.
Everything you've cooked for us today, looks absolutely wonderful. And to be honest with you, I didn't anticipate learning as much as I did about the chicken and its hand, or its finger.
It gives me an excuse to play with a chicken, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone needs an excuse to play with a chicken. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
That looks absolutely wonderful.
This is going to be a fun show, but I don't know.
Right. That looks absolutely wonderful, Josh. And we appreciate your time here at the Pickled Herring Show. And, you know, I'm hoping we hear back from you, you know, sooner and more often. And, you know, we hear from you all the time. Thank you for you and your staff at Color Source.
If there's anything that we can do, I can send the recipes out. Or, you know, if you got questions or ideas and just arbitrary cooking stuff, let me know. I'm happy to experiment in the kitchen here.
Thanks, Josh. I really had no idea the difference between chicken fingers and chicken tenders before this segment, and it's really going to have me looking at the menu a little bit differently in the future. If anybody else has any questions for Josh at Color Source, be sure to check out his information in the link below. Next, I want to check in with our weather correspondent, Red Randerson. Red?
Red Randerson here, folks, live in Kansas. We got a bunch of deadly tornadoes behind us, and unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, a couple done went through the Biffy headquarters. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned ass storm, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna need you to bring your pets inside, lock your car doors, and close your screen windows. It's gonna be a messy evening, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody better call Bill Paxton. We got ourselves a twister.
Thanks, Red. That sure sounds intense. If anybody's out there camping right now, I sure hope they're not in tents. Next, I met up with our musical guest, Chelsea Sargo. Chelsea was kind enough to bring us into her home for a song and a chat. Let's check it out.
Don't you know that I love you? Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I love your cutesy little ways and your baby talk that you do. Yeah, I do. And you're my best friend, and I'm thankful for that every day. You're my sugar pie, honey buns, chocolate fudge sundae. 'Cause baby, you and me, we're gonna take on life. Now ask me pretty please to be your wife, oh baby. Baby, 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 baby. And when you smile
about your first time playing guitar?
Playing guitar, okay. Well, I really liked Joni Mitchell, right? I really liked Joni Mitchell. My mom had tons of Joni Mitchell records. And so then she had a guitar, so I was like, well, I'm gonna just play this. I didn't know how to tune or what tuning was, so I just kind of, you know, tuned it to like an open, you know, an open E or whatever, which is what Joni Mitchell plays in. So, that's where I started, and I kept going. We were in band together, and
I wasn't very good at band, by
you
the way.
were.
I said the back. I played trombone, but I wasn't very good.
You played right behind me. I heard everything.
Second
you
trombone.
did. It was all good.
Blended.
It was all good.
Anyway, so Joni Mitchell, where did you go from there?
Band. Mr. Erickson, our band teacher, taught guitar. And so I would go and get what I could and learn what I could from Mr. Erickson.
I didn't learn anything from guitar from Mr. Erickson except for one thing. One time somebody took their key or some sort of sharp object and scratched the word die into the guitar. And his crafty self just added a T and just said, let's just die at this thing out, man. Let's just, it's guitar light. So he definitely, I don't know, found the better of that one, which was wonderful.
I like that solution. I like that.
Do you have a favorite type of tree?
I do.
What is it?
I like maple trees. I like birch trees a lot. I'm gonna change it. Birch trees. They look good when they're dressed, and they look good when they're getting undressed, you know, leaves turning colors, and they look good naked. So birch trees are my favorite.
This tree thing got weird fast. I appreciate you singing the song.
Yeah, thanks for
introducing us to your life and bringing us into your home. You doing any other artistic things at this time at all with your quarantine time?
Well, yeah. I started doing drawing. I started drawing. I painted before. I like crayons or whatever, but I never used marker. So then I started trying to draw things with marker, and then it just kept getting cooler and cooler. And then I added different layers. So I started making houses, and they're 3D.
That's really cool.
The batteries are out on the lights, but these lights light up, and you can see, this is my house, and inside the windows you can actually see what's inside your window, so you gotta get a good look. It's an up close. I mean, it looks like a house maybe far away, but up close you can see like stuff you want to see inside. Like if you have an important picture, or
me in the shower, or
Andy in the shower. Damn it.
Something like that.
Should've
I mean, if it was my house, that's yours, obviously.
But yeah, so I've been doing
That's
these.
awesome.
I did my sister's house. I did my mom's house. I did a few houses. Sold a few, but yeah.
Nice.
People
so
have
if you ever want your house done
Yeah.
on paper 3D shadow box display, Chelsea's your girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me about your blood sausage package, sister.
Okay, so our dad lives in St. Lucia. Now my dad's driving and he goes, I really have a craving for some blood sausage. And before we knew it, we were pulled over to the side of the road, and there was this clawfoot bathtub with fire underneath, with a wood fire underneath, and then inside, that's where they were cooking the blood sausage. When they grabbed it out of that bathtub, you know, I knew that it would be something else. But anyways, yeah, I ate mine like a good daughter would, you know, because when your dad offers you something, you know, you say, yeah, Dad, thank you.
Have you ever eaten another food out of a bathtub since then?
No, no.
I got one more thing for Chelsea that we're going to add to every single guest on the show that I meet with in person. I would like you to eat some pickled herring with me. Are you game?
I am, of course.
I got a fresh jar, if you can call it fresh. That
good?
smells like Christmas.
That's yours.
All right, dive in, girl.
All right.
Oh, let's not get herring juice all over your floor.
I don't care.
That was my piece.
You took my piece. I was in first, Andy. I was in first.
That's really good.
Ooh, I got onion too.
Ooh, that's really good. We're gonna need a napkin.
No, we don't need that.
We got stuff on the floor here. Thank
So
you for
good.
joining the Pickled Herring Show.
Best part.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. Have a good week, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.